Oh God. Oh. What is happening, guys?
What's the crack?
What's happening? All good.
Good to see you, lads. Good to see you. What's
Good
going
to
on?
see you, Annie. It's not good to see you, O'Hara.
Listen, Share, we'll say nothing about it. I called it in later.
You got that tea.
We took the tea here, we went.
How's lockdown treating you, lads?
It's actually not too bad. I've been busy enough, you know. Days are long and boring, but you got to keep yourself active and busy. So I've been doing that, and obviously my bird's due to go any minute, so my head's just I don't know where to be at.
Right.
But, okay. Yeah, it's not too.
You know what you're having?
Nah.
No. We surprise for you.
Surprise.
Nice. That's going to change your life, mate.
I know.
Unreal.
The best.
This morning there.
What?
I thought it was this morning, but didn't hear nothing from him for ages.
I know.
We're in the labour this morning. Left me on my own here.
Getting 12 hours in, lad. It's no longer 8 hours in bed. It's now 12 hours.
No longer 12 rounds. It's 12 hours sleep.
All good, lads. Okay, lads. So listen, I was on yesterday, and obviously I told people these are two rockets, so they know what they expect here, first and foremost. But Marty, let's start with yourself, mate. You done our January course last year.
Yeah.
We get hit with a fucking last year, 2020, we get hit with a fucking pandemic.
COVID-19 crew. 6
weeks in, something like that, which kind of set us back. So I know you kind of have a wee bit of a background in, I suppose before we're going into stuff about the gym, you have a wee bit of a background in sport and psychology, isn't that correct?
Sports psychology, yeah.
Tell us a wee bit about that, mate. How did you get into that? Well, actually, sorry. Before we get into that there, where did you two boys meet? That's what I want to
know. Go ahead, you take this one.
In the area, probably just years ago. We've always known each other, like, but Marty always ran about with a different big group of mates. I was ran about with all like older ones, all headers ones. I ran about with half of them were in jail, foxy. I had no mates left, so I came to Marty asking can I run about him.
He's your last option.
Nah, but we sort of like play football and around. Like he played for New High, I played for New High, he played for Holy Trinity, I played for Holy Trinity, but I was a ringer, so I had to leave.
Right.
And then we sort of just knew each other from like a young age being around there. But then he started boxing when he was about 13. Or 12 was it? And then he went to Germany. He was sort of late, like joining boxing. I know it's only 12 and 13, but when you like I was there when I was 8. And then we went to Germany, we went to Blackpool, we went to all these trips, and we just bonded. We never ever had a bad like experience together.
You started working together?
Unless it was him almost getting arrested in Germany for trying to bring knuckle dust or something,
yeah.
Or something like that.
He set me up. I'll tell you a story. Right? We went into a black market. We went across the border into Poland.
Right.
Oh man. Mickey Hawkins always like, listen, don't use me buying anything you shouldn't be buying here. Like, oh sweet, don't worry, we'll not buy anything. So me and Sean straight over, bang, knuckle dusters and spikes on them, bang nunchucks. Took them home. Yeah. Like these smugglers that had a boxing bandages, now we were wrapping them up. And the boxing bandages wrapped them up in towels where they got to the airport. We were like, man, who'll go first? And then I just went, it was me, him and Peter Brady had the stuff that we shouldn't have had, right? I just went, fuck it. I'm going straight first. Went up.
I didn't even ask.
Yeah.
No one asked about who's going first. There was like we were all talking in deep conversation, and we were all walking up to the conveyor belt, like at security to put your bag through, to check in. And then I was like, I had like seen Peter Brady, and he was away in a world of his own, wandering on ahead of me. I stuck my arm out in front of Peter Brady. I was like, hang back, man. We get stopped. We don't. So this bag was going to take a conveyor belt and just stop. And the wee light started going, and I was ran straight to the bathroom, and my bag ripped all nunchucks. He gets scared.
I can hoist it, I can lift it, run around the back. Like you was like, that's it, they're never coming away on our trip again. They're never coming away on our trip again.
There's so many fucking German caretakers run about these days like fucking Bruce Lee.
Hawkins actually found him.
What?
even in the bathroom and found them. He says they look like two bombs.
He knew when I walked
Bandages
in.
on.
When I walked away and brought the bags in the bathroom, I mean, he knew it was up to something. So he went in after, and I had like all the bandages wrapped in nunchucks and hanging all sitting up on a windowsill. And even I didn't see him on. He told me about it after. Fuck that.
So you two boys, suppose connected from a young age. Marty, you I suppose boxing just didn't happen for you and you just stopped.
Aye, that was it. I just boxed at what age?
16, 15, 16, 17.
15. I was just sort of coming and going. I was more of a footballer, you know what I mean, a Gaelic player.
Right.
So I just used to come in the boxing every time there was a championship, either win it or lose it. And if I won it, I went on. I only really like boxing the Antrim, so you go to All Ireland, you know what I mean? And then whatever I had to win, you get beat, and then that was me. I was away for Norway again. And
what got you into sports psychology?
see, to be honest, I love sport, you know what I mean? It was just, you name it, I played it, like running, you know what I mean, cross country, hurling, Gaelic, boxing. I was just out of one sport shooting the other, 4 sessions a day sometimes, you know what I mean? So I always loved it. But I never studied it in school. I was more into like history and all stuff like that.
Right.
And then I done it. And fucking, I done it in uni. And then after a year, I was like, well, I've made the biggest mistake of my life. What have I done here? So I just tried to get into sport. And obviously my qualifications weren't like science based and all stuff like that. But then I was able to get into sports psychology. And then I got into that. I was like, fuck, this is good. Like, so I just really get into it then, you know what I mean? Stuck at it. And then I just took me to a master's in it as well. So.
Cool, mate. And Sean, while Marty was off, whenever you were, where did you go to uni?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Okay, sure you have some stories to tell us about that there.
Mickey Hawkins says it was the best thing ever happened in his career.
Because while Marty was away, then it gave you an opportunity to start progressing as a fighter.
Yeah, it gave me an opportunity to break through at that age bracket, because that's usually the age bracket where everyone just goes.
Marty went to uni and the rest of them all went to jail, so now you had an opportunity. So here, tell us a wee bit about that then. I know I actually used to D McComb, who else? Jim McComb, who else? Michael McComb. They were all fighters. Actually, Jim and Michael, them two boxed for St Agnes's, didn't they? But and you have Norbert as well, don't you?
Both boxers for Holy Trinity, sorry.
For Holy Trinity as well. So you have big sort of boxing history in the family and stuff. I was away with Dee a couple of times. Dee was a great fighter too. We travelled away boxing. I suppose then it was your brothers that got you into fighting, was it?
I sort of like, well, my dad all boxed, my uncle's boxed. It was sort of in the family anyway. And then Holy Trinity was a stone's throw from the house. And then just growing up watching Emmons, sort of went like, well, I just knew. See, before I was even allowed in the boxing club, like you had to be 8 to join for the insurance to cover you. But at that stage, I remember being like 6, 7, and just constantly wanting to go to a boxing club. And I used to sneak in there to the old club before the new one was built, and just sit there and watch. Mickey would let me sit there and watch, it's like sparring and all. I was always just down the box. We used to shadow box in the house now before I ever could box. And then when I turned 8, I was straight in, and that was me. Just I knew right away. But I never really. I love boxing, but it was always up to no good running about the streets. More so like where I would only go into boxing for like 20 minutes to show my face for years. Like from I was about 11 till I was about 15. Like just run in, show my face, and split again. And everyone was like, what are you doing? You're sparring, mate. If there was a spar, I'd have been straight in, sparred, and left, and straight out, run about the streets again for years. I'd done that and was never ever fit. I was always talented, but fuck, I was never fit. Like never fit enough to a solid 3 rounds.
When did you know? When did you know that you could make a career out of it? At what point did you realize that it could be something that could essentially pay the bills?
Do you know what? I just never wanted to work.
Right. Okay.
I made it my mission to do something that, like, I was sacrificing so much to do. Like, I was sacrificing education, sacrificing jobs, like everything. Like, I was sacrificing a trade because I just didn't want to do it. I was like, I'm not working. at this stage, not knowing whether I was good enough to box or not, but I was just had in my head like I'll figure something out. I'm not going to work like, and then I was in TAC, in Millfield TAC doing like a B course or a B TAC or something in sport coaching level 3, and then I was about 17 and I was going to Austria to box for I'll never forget this. This is a cracker. So I was in Millfield TAC for about a year, sorry. But my dad, I left after like 2 months, but my dad's going to work in the morning, like 7 in the morning, so he never knew if I was earning it. And I went, and I just stopped going after like 2 months. My dad thought I was there for a whole year, so it gets to like June and I'm going to box for Antrim out in Austria. And he drove me down to a bus station and he's like, when do you get the results in from TAC? And I was like, what? And he's driving the van, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, when do you get the results? Like, do you, like, and I was like, sure, I left. He went, what? What do you mean you left? To me, I left ages ago. He went, what do you mean you fucking left ages ago? Are you fucking stupid? Started going mad in the van. I was just like, oh, fuck me. He's like, what the fuck do you leave for? He's like, box isn't going to pay your bills. Started going mad at me. I went, fuck shit, going away on a downer here. And then from there, like, see, from that point, it just catapulted. Like, I went on the Irish team as a number 2 from like John Joe Nevin. He went to the Olympics, got a silver medal, and then they started seeing the coaches started seeing a wee bit more of me, like down in Dublin every week, and then seeing that it was actually good enough, and then they were giving me a wee bit of funding for traveling and stuff, and then the following year I won the Irish Elites, got a contract with the Irish team, and
Nice.
that was me.
Nice, I always ask every sort of fighter that comes on here, who was the toughest fight you ever had?
See, it's different. Like, I fought the Cuban. He wasn't the toughest fighter I've ever fought, but he was the most skillful. I couldn't hit him. So like, that demoralized me. That made me go pro, to be honest. Because I knew I was never going to beat him.
Yeah.
Off the back, yeah, hang it. Sort of like, it was like why? Like, I want to be world champion, a world amateur, and Olympic champion. I'm not going to do it because I just know, based on that performance, I have no techniques to compete that fella. And then
In the amateur game, anyway.
so I turned pro, but toughest is a bit different because it's probably the Ukrainian I fought in the Europeans, my first ever elite Europeans, because it was like a split decision. But Jesus, I had to work my balls off, like, and I was exhausted. Off me. What?
Was he number 2 to Lomachenko then, wasn't he? Or he just Lomachenko just turned pro, actually?
Pro, and then he came in. But he went to the Olympics at 56, and then when Lomachenko turned pro, he went to 60. He won the European gold at the year in 2013, but just a hard man. Like, I just couldn't keep him off me. I actually, my elbow broke his tooth, and he just splattered out, went to the corner, and come back out again, and went again.
Oh God! You know, at that point you're like, oh fuck me, I'm in a fight here. I'm in a brawl. Class, lads. So here, both of you boys done your course at Elite. I suppose 2 completely different experiences in a way, and both fucking courses were actually impacted by the fucking global pandemic and everything else. I suppose. What was your, Marty, for yourself? Oh, here, by the way, I meant to pull you on this here.
Me?
You still owe me 100 snatches.
Listen, see, after that, he injured me.
You still haven't done that.
Hold on. My hands are raw, and he was going, man up. I was like, man, listen, I can't clean the kettlebells down. If I do it, my hands are going to snap. He's like, man up. So I do it, and what happened? I pulled my back. When I seen him stand over the top of me, he was sheep. Wait, you all right? I was like,
it's just a cut hand, for fuck's sake. It's just a cut.
And then after, I broke my hand, so I still couldn't snatch. You'll get them eventually, but just not anytime soon.
Yeah, you still owe me that, dude. What was your fondest memories from the course, Marty?
I don't know, it was loads, like, because it was so broken up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obviously, and then it just went straight to the Zoom. You know what I mean? It was probably just that sort of not really knowing what was going to happen. You know what I mean? Because during it was flying, we were buzzing, you were in all the time. Everyone was like, "Fuck, happy days, this is brilliant." And then bang, COVID hits. And then you're stuck in the house, and then we're on a call with you, and they're like, listen, this is just blah blah blah. We're gonna have to do this. And he didn't panic. Fair enough, know what I mean? So then we just got our nutrition in, we got our AMP in, and then probably, doing that fucking energy systems. That was, you're showing you'll agree. One of the worst things I've ever experienced.
He died for about a week.
I thought I had COVID. Like,
oh Jesus Christ! That should be illegal. You shouldn't do that to students. People have to do that.
Hey, listen, I put hers on your chest. I feel like you'll never do that to a client as soon as you leave us. You'll never be like, right, fuck it, let's go.
Learn what not to do, you know what I mean? You just start getting joy out of it.
Fucking hell. It's good fun. What about you, Sean?
There was loads there. Like, I just think there was. You think you know about sport, like, considering I've done it my whole life.
Yeah.
But then when you go into the depths of it, like that, like with the course, it was a real eye opener for me, and something that I always thought I would have no interest in, like personal training. I always says to Marty, like, I would never even, like, it probably when I retire I'll go into coaching and all, but don't think but see now, like, fuck, I love it. See, even being able to cue people myself now, looking at people and cueing people, and just knowing the right techniques and every basic movement that people get wrong every single day, for me as a winner alone.
That was one of the main things. Like, see, when I went on to a course, I went in, there was like, I wasn't necessarily nervous, you know what I mean? But you went with that wee bit of fucking attitude where you're like, I'm probably going to know a lot of this, you know what I mean? And then you get on to it. You see these things about cues, techniques, regressions, you go, what? So see, at the start, you're going, I'm never going to fucking be a PT. I can't do this and all that. It's normal, you know what I mean? Because he was the exact same. So you'd be like, fuck, there's so much to know. I'm never going to know this. But then as time goes on, you know what I mean? You're constantly
some of the stuff.
Then you start planning it, you know what I mean? And I was fucking like, you let people come down and use the gym. So I was taking full advantage of it before COVID.
Yeah.
I had dates down all the time, you know what I mean? Just going over everything I learned. And then just as time goes on, once you hit the ground floor, the gym floor, like, you hit the ground running. Like.
Yeah, it's just this repetition for them 6 weeks you're in. And I'm sure it's the same with the part-time course for the 16 or 18 weeks, whatever it is. It's just repetition. And at the start, the equation stuff, going, fuck, how am I going to remember this? I remember Big Gary trying to get all the terminology right constantly. I was like, Gary, relax, lad, relax. He's like, so is this flexion? Is this abduction or I mean that's abduction? And then he's like, oh, and I was like, Lara, see what, like, this is all week one, and see within within a week two, he was flying. He'd been using it that many times, and I was like, see this country, like, that's madness in it, and he was buzzing every day, and that's the way it makes you feel. Like, after a week, you get to know everyone. I remember the first day, Danny, as well. We had to introduce ourselves, and everyone stood up and barely anyone could get 2 words out, and they were stuttering and they didn't even know what to say about themselves. And I was like, this is mad.
Except for Jamie.
No,
What a man.
And then after like a couple of weeks, they were just up talking fluidly. Their whole body language changes. Everything was just that, like, everyone just came out of their shell, and then they knew what they were talking about. Because they've done it for so long, and then weeks they got to know each other, and then the buzz you get just from knowing your shit after a few weeks is like, you feel proud of yourself during the course. Powerful.
Yeah, absolutely, lads. So right, let's fast forward a wee bit here. Missile fitness. Yes. Yes. Tell us a wee bit about it, lads. Where's it going to be? Where is it located? And what are the sort of projected plans for the future with it?
It's something we always said we were going to do, wasn't it? Like, we always said it was just like when, right? And we were like, we went through a period last year where we went January 20. No, we actually aimed, wasn't it? It was January 2021 last year. We, like, in 2020, maybe early year, we were like, right, we'll get something sorted for January 2021. And then as time went on, we were like, you know what, fuck, it's probably a wee bit too soon. Like, there's probably a wee bit too much going on. We'll aim for fucking, we'll get like a good lot of holidays over us, enjoy ourselves, all shit like that. We'll aim for 2022. And then just something like fucking come up. They come up, the van, like the place come up. We were like, fuck it, do you want to go for it? And we're like, alright, and then that was it. It's sort of catapulted from there. We just jumped in 2 feet first, head first.
It's sort of like it was sent to us, like it was like a signal sent us to do it because we're talking about it and then we're delaying it with stupid shit. Like see, even now with the fact that he's saying go on and enjoy ourselves no first.
On holidays.
Enjoy ourselves. What the fuck do we need? Like I'm 28. Like what do you need to be doing? Like who's to stop us from doing whatever we want to do? Like and then that opportunity come up, I was like, let's do it. We'll have to take it. Fuck it. Fuck everything else going around us. Like my bird was like, Sean, you're like you need to relax. You're buying a house here. You're talking about buying a house. You're opening a gym. You're fitting for come off title. You're having a baby, and like sometimes too much can be too. And I was like, I'll make it work. I will make it work, and trust me, I will. And
Yeah, you actually you remind me a lot of myself and PJ. Back in the day when we were just starting off, and as you know, sometimes when I'm just listening, because obviously we're in a private WhatsApp group, and I'm just listening to your conversation. Sometimes I just like fuck. That brings back so many memories of myself and PJ when we just started. And just some of the stuff that you are debating about and everything else. I just like fuck, yeah, that's amazing. Like, and it does remind me a lot of that. And the good thing is that and I'm sure as the years go on, you'll develop, Sean, what you're really good at, and you'll learn what you're good at in the business, and then you'll stick to that, and you'll get some freedom from that. And Marty, you'll do exactly the same. And the key to it is just appreciating as well what the other person does, which is awesome.
See, no matter what, see, one thing we'll always do is debate in here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's the way we have always been for years.
Because here, so the name Missile Fitness. Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
For the debate.
That was a debate.
That went on for donkey. That was this up, net, yes, no, yes, up, down. Fuck me, it was all over the place.
The hardest part of opening a gym, by the way, guys, is trying to pick a name. Trust me.
It's grown on me. It's actually grown on me. I'll be honest. It has grown on me.
I was thinking buying one words, and then that just came in. I was like, 2 rabbits, Missile Fitness. I was like, let's make work. MS, Marty, Sean, on just the rest is history. Like.
Yeah, I like it. I really do. So
the gyms in Kennedy Way?
Yeah.
Domino's Pizza just in behind there. DC units.
Which is close to where you two boys grew up.
Yeah, sports really close to us. Like it's really close to a motorway. Mm-hmm. I think it's a perfect location. Like anyone who's ever asked, who's inquired about the gym and asked where it was, they've been happy right away. I haven't seen anyone going, fuck, there's parking there. You've got everything you need. Like you've an upstairs, downstairs for boxing and to the classes and stuff. So we just believe it was meant to be for us, and
yeah, because
we're too fussy constantly. So we wouldn't have settled for anything that we didn't think was gonna stand out and look really well.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing it open, lads. I really am.
We've just seen it, like we envisaged it right away. Like as soon as we walked in, we knew it was like, right, that's boxing. Sean, go on, get us boxing bags. Go on to the sponsors. Yes, it'll be Spank Foundation. We just knew exactly what we were doing, you know what I mean? And as he says, like the facility second to none, like in the area second to none as well. Like so it was a no-brainer.
So what's going to be going on in the facility whenever it does open? I know, Sean, obviously, I suppose you are going to coach boxing there at times, but then, I mean, as you said, you're fighting for a Commonwealth title. Have you got another date for it?
No, it's been postponed. I'll find out Wednesday what British Boxing Board plan is. So
yeah, it's disappointing.
Wednesday. I'm holding my shit together until Wednesday. I've been dating still and still training, so it's a bit of a pain in the hole not knowing, but on Wednesday I'll know for sure.
Yeah, just in case it's a shorter duration than what you're actually expecting. Yeah, I mean that's fucking disappointing, but it is what it is. So you're going to be coaching boxing and stuff in it. You're going to be showing people certain drills that you've learned throughout the years. Yeah. A bit of a boot camp and stuff as well going on.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we have an opening offer, which is like a 6-week boot camp. And then for the members that have already came on board, we've actually added an extra complimentary boxing class on a Saturday morning with myself. Mm-hmm. I'll be home every Saturday anyway, so that works well. and then it's complimentary. So the first come, first book. Like obviously are the clients that we already have, and then the members that's already joined. So you still get the benefit of that. Happy days.
By the way, because like straight away, as soon as you were like, "Here, listen, we're opening a gym," Marty, you said your fucking phone was going crazy.
And it
Yeah.
sold. It was, you know what I mean. It sold out right away, which is good. But like, give us a wee bit of time to reflect, and then obviously with no numbers and stuff like that. So we're gonna, I don't know.
Sort of worked on a timetable, like what way it would work for people and what space we would have and how much people we can fit in here. At the start, what we said originally was the certain number we picked for certain members to get on this opening offer was whatever it was. Then once that sold out, we're like, right, let's shift these other offers and these other packages that we had. Then we thought about a timetable and how much space we actually have, and we're having upstairs and downstairs, and we can shift people about. And we were like, you know what, let's add a load more on. So we've opened we've opened up a few more spaces for the opening offer, which is 6 weeks training for the price of 4, basically, plus your extra day complimentary. So it's a brilliant opening offer, and I think that's probably why it's sold out to begin with so quick. And we still have a lot of people inquiring about it. That's probably, and then if they're not quick, they're probably going to miss out in the next day or two.
Fucking get on it. What are you waiting on?
Get on it,
Get on it. What are you waiting on?
Hurry up.
It's payday today. Usually it's payday for people that gets paid weekly, but they're probably gonna fucking buy it tonight, which we've a lot of people to contact today, so more than likely it'll be sold out tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, here's the thing about this, right? Here's the thing about this. So people, I suppose someone watching this right now is going to be like, oh fuck, I'm just going to open a gym and it'll sell out straight away and blah blah blah. But I always say to people, listen, if like, first of all, you have to give, right? Give and you shall receive. You cannot outgive the universe, right? Now, from both of your perspectives, okay. So for a long time now, Sean, you've been entertaining people in the ring. Do you know what I mean? And the way I look at it is that's given, that's entertainment. Marty, you've been posting a lot of content on your social media pages and entertaining people with eating tins of dog food, right? So do you know what I mean? It's like, and here you stuck to your word, by the way. So just a bit of a backstory here. We had a bit of a challenge while Marty's crew were on their course. It was a video challenge. And you had to post 30 days of video content. And if you didn't do it, basically you had to eat dog food. Who was the only man to stick to his word? Yes.
Come on, sloppy.
I'm going to post a video in the comment section, by the way. It's the best video ever because it's your missus. It's your missus video. She's going fucking ballistic. She's just like, you better not fucking eat that. You stuck to your word, dude. But here, listen, do you know what? I mean, all of that, regardless if it's not even geared towards fitness, all right? But, either way, you've been educating people, entertaining people, and inspiring people for a long time. So it was only a case of actually pulling the trigger and saying, all right, we're going to open the gym. And what happened straight away? The fucking thing sold out, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Well, thanks to you, because I remember always having the idea of opening a gym and thinking, we'll do this, we'll do that. And again, it's another, I think things are brought to your life for a reason. Like that gym came to us, basically. We didn't go like, well, come looking at it, just came to us, which I think was a bond friend, and then you as well, because fuck me, we would be dumb without you. I'd be still down there trying to put the phone number for the fucking Latin.
I'm down there just trying to burn it, burn it.
Your Marty stand looking, he tore over 2 big beers, looking going like that.
Set of keys, we're going to open, but we don't know when.
It was signs on the road, new gym, selling programs.
Do we ring Eason's here, or do you just go on and what happens here? There's a lot more to open a gym than I'd have ever thought.
100%, mate, I know.
You really need to have a clear idea of what you're doing, step by step. And if you don't have it, get fucking someone else. This man's there for you.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Lads, it's been an absolute pleasure here talking to you today. I'm going to let you go. Cannot wait to see the gym when it eventually. Do we have an opening date or do we know what's going on? Where's the kit at the minute?
Obviously, with lockdown's over the 6th of February. We're not sure. We're going to aim for the first week of February.
Aim for the first week of February. The flooring and so 8th of February, I think. What the
8th of February is a Monday, so we're aiming for the 8th of February.
Yeah.
But beforehand, we're going to have a cracking opening day. So
yes. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Do you want me to tell you what's happening?
Aye, well, give us a wee bit of background into what's happening with the opening day.
Aye, so we're looking to stage just a massive opening day. It's going to be so many hours of training, just to try and sort of raise money for 2 specific charities: NI Hospice, me, and Suicide Awareness for Sean. So it'll be basically free training for everyone. You know what I mean? So all we're asking people to do is donate to either charity. You know what I mean? So we'll probably know what we're going to run, like a GoFundMe, something like that.
Yeah. Each person can set up on their social media page, and if they want sponsor sheets or whatever they want to do for their own donation, they can. Just having 12 different training cycles throughout the day, every hour on the hour. It could be a 5K, it could be a boxing class with myself, it could be a circuit class with Marty, it could be a kettlebell class, it could be, we're going to bring in a couple of good guests as well. We'll introduce the guests soon as we get confirmation from them, as well, to take people through classes. And then the more people, the merrier, because the more people that join on each hour and each class.
I'll take a session on that day as well for you guys. No problem.
It is.
So,
we're planning to have sort of as many big names as possible as we can get, you know what I mean? So we'll be meeting great things like that. And then obviously we're going to have sponsorship on board for each hour. So there's going to be praise given away each hour for people as well who are in that class, or just anyone who signed up, whatever way we work it. There'll be a sponsorship for each hour. So
we're going to make it enjoyable too. We're going to have a tunes pumping. We're going to have some food on. We're going to have, you know what I mean, plenty of cakes for after all the calories that's burnt during the sessions. And
you might be allowed them by that stage, mate. You might be allowed them.
I won't, but I can watch from afar.
You can start a food fight.
Class, lads. It's a great gesture. Amazing gesture. Okay, boys. Well, I will let you go. It's a pleasure as always, man. Great to hear from you, and cannot wait to see what the future holds. And I'm sure it's going to be successful. No doubt about it.
Pleasure, Lenny. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
All right, lads. Thanks for coming on. Good to see
you later.
See you soon. No bang bang gravy chip. No.
Bang bang gravy chip. Yeah.
Moja!
Lads, take care.